There was a day, back in the day, when I used to have quite a lot of people sending me money. Just fucking random, you know. Sometimes, decent amount of money. I had one person employ my services just to talk to. He paid me £1,000. I was just charging £20 an hour. So 50 hours, and then we became friends. Another person just sent me 800 quid. Other people 500 quid, £1,000. Another person sent £1,000. So there's people out there that would send money. And so potentially this thing is lucrative. And in the early days, I was much more forgiving and naive. And I started out being much more affable, much more likable, and I addressed my audience with a certain level of enthusiasm, and I brought them in and engaged with them. And, I was doing all different sorts of stuff, all different sorts of things that were new and novel to me. Sharing my experiences through astral projection, exactly how I was doing it, and the urine therapy, drinking a pint of piss a day, and then all different sorts of diets and loads of myth bustings and law of attraction, and a whole bunch of stuff. I did a whole bunch of stuff, Mandela effect, manifesting our reality, and lots of people were intrigued and excited and became a part of it. But all that stuff is just way in the distance now. Way back when. It's all been done. What is there to do now? 17 years having woken up. It's not like I was even asleep. I was born fucking standing up and awake. Let's say spiritually enlightened. What's changed? Well, I no longer have enthusiasm about the world and people. And if I could be like most other people, speaking to people nice and telling them that they're wonderful and they're lovely people, and we're all in this together, and I could be against them up the top, like we are down here, and I could gain allegiance with you down here, but I don't, do I? Because I don't want to live a lie, people. The things I've learnt in this life, and where my mind and consciousness is, it's with the highest of the high. All the people I've read, my consciousness is very much in line with the highest of the high. And lots of you will think that's obnoxious and bullshit and this and the other. But when I've read and absorbed the things that the greatest philosophers have said, then that stuff is kind of like, it's second nature to me. I just knew that stuff. And with my awakening, all of a sudden it's kind of like pow, your state of consciousness encompasses all that. And I can't really say, it wasn't really an overnight thing. It wasn't like that, but most certainly within 5 years. Within 5 years, I amassed such an enormous amount of information and experience. And now it's just kind of like, what do you do after enlightenment? Chop wood and carry water. And because I don't need anybody or anything, I don't need to be false. I don't need to be fake. I don't need to tell you guys that I'm one of you and I've got your back and it's against them. No. I'm proper out there, and I'm in no man's land. I'm not with them up there. In the physical, monetary world or social world, anything like that, and I'm not with you guys. I will have conversations with some of you when you get through the vetting system. But all of you that have got through the vetting system, you've watched me for some time, and you've made up your mind that with all of my cussing and my haughty, belittling attitude, you could still see a friend in me somehow, somewhere. You know, if only just chatting now and again. And so, my vigorous vetting system gets rid of all the idiots. It gets rid of all the people that, you know, how many people have I had come onto my channel and, you're so great, oh, you're so wonderful, oh, I've been looking for someone like you, you know, for years and years and years, oh, wow, 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 and they've gone, wow, wow, fucking wow. And then I'm like, oh my God, here we fucking go again. If I had a fucking penny for every one of these fuckers that's come about, and then they expect you to believe everything that they do, and they want to believe everything you do, and then, you know, well, I don't believe in that, and then little by little start getting more and more disgruntled, and then they start to listen to more and more of my videos, and then they start to realise that maybe they just might be the sort of people I'm fucking talking about. People that think they know something, know fuck all. People that have belief systems that, you know, just idiots, and you know, religious people and bigoted people and all the rest of it. I got no time for it. I have to sever every single one of those fucking serpents' heads, whilst they're only just tentatively slithering towards me. And you know, I'm very, very busy doing that, because I don't need, you know, how many people have wanted to phone me up and, you know, have one-on-ones with me, and I'm like, what the fuck am I getting out of it? Wasting my fucking time. You know, I would do, you know, recordable conversations for the channel just for the fucking crack. Just so it's not like I'm even earning anything. I'm not on any AdSense. No fuckers giving me any money. Nobody's bought a book in fucking months. You don't fucking care, and I don't fucking care about you, to be quite fucking frank. You know, you can take these videos or fucking leave them. You know, unless you know, mean anything to me, unless you've spoken with me or you've met me or something like that, you gotta know you mean nothing to me. You're just a fucking name, aren't you? Just a text. Why would you mean anything to me? And if you write to me in the comments and, oh, I like your videos, well, who the fuck are you? You know, and if we ever fucking met, probably turn out that, you know, I'd just see through all your fucking fake bullshit in an instant. And I wish I never wasted my fucking time. But having said that, you know, I am open. I'm always open. If anybody ever says, like, you know, I'd like to come up and meet you, I'll go, well, fuck me, you've made up your mind then. Come on then. Come on then. If I can't fucking deter you from coming up and see me with all my fucking obnoxious rants and everything, well, you must be pretty thick-skinned. And you must be in agreement with lots of things I say. And so, well, if anyone's going to have a half-decent chance of having a conversation with me, then you must be one of them. And then when people have come and seen me, then, you know, we've had good chats. And most stay in touch. But, you know, people have to have watched a lot of videos to get a good idea of where I'm coming from. Otherwise they're too sensitive, you know. They get all upset about this, that and the other. And you know, in recent times, and this is always the case, it's always been the case, you know, someone starts banging on about Jesus. If anyone bangs on about Jesus, that brings out the serpent in me. I'm just going to be biting your fucking throat. Don't be banging on about fucking Jesus oh, Jesus is this and Jesus is that, and go to the Lord and go fuck yourself. That's what I say. I've quoted Jesus, and, you know, I've had Jesus or some fucking thing talk to me, but I ain't worshipping no Jesus. I ain't praising no Jesus. I ain't praying to no Jesus. I ain't begging no fucking Jesus for salvation or fuck all. Jesus comes to me. Jesus fucking comes to me. Jesus wants to talk to me, he fucking comes to me. And that's what he's done. And so, you know, people that are fanatical and, you know, just think that that's it, it's a salvation, and all you got to do is just, you know, imagine this wonderful, loving person, and he's there somewhere. Well, where is he? Where the fuck is he? Where do you think he is? Have you ever seen him? Is he spoke to you? What evidence have you got of this? You're fucking delusional. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up and fuck off and die. No time for that fucking shit. Fucking religious nonsense. And you know, how many people do you know that speak to, well, I'm not speaking to any of you. You're watching my fucking videos, that's the thing. I'm not speaking to any of you. And even if I know some of you, you make up your own fucking mind whether I'm speaking to you. Because I'm just speaking into the fucking camera. And anybody that tunes in and listens, well, you know, you make of it what you will. But I just simply do not need anybody from anything from anybody. You know, because if I did, then I'd have to be all, hi guys, and you know, all these wonderful things and everything like that, and I'd have to have an allegiance with you, and you would have to see a friend in me. But no, I don't. I'm not like that. I'm like, no, I can't do that. I can't do that fake shit, because absolutely guaranteed, if I met 90% of you, you'd make me sick to my fucking core with your fucking bullshit, complete and utter fucking crap that you fucking believe in. I don't believe in nothing. Belief? What the fuck's belief? And so I can just be free. And it appears that something in me compels me to do these videos. I mean, because if I ask myself, it's kind of like, well, my voice is getting sore now. Why am I doing it? You know, I like singing. And so why don't I just save my voice from fucking singing? Instead of being tired every fucking day when I'm tired to sing. But something is compelling me to do this shit. And fuck knows why. You know, if I was getting donations and, you know, invites and fucking my books were selling like fucking hotcakes, I'd go, well, that's fucking a good reason. But none of that's happening. None of it's happening. And so why do I do it? But I've never known why I've done it. I've always been compelled, because there's a spirit within me that gets me to do it. So I don't have to profess to know all the answers. I don't know any of the answers. And as long as I am so-called compelled to do this, and I'll just fucking do it. But you know, I don't know, it even might have something to do with that I'm compelled to do it, and I don't really want to do it. So unconsciously I'll just like, oh fucking hell, I'll just tell them they're a bunch of cunts then. I'll just tell them what a bunch of fucking idiots they are. And then if, you know, I ask myself, well, you know, quite a lot of them out there, and they're not idiots, they're alright. And yet you don't really ever address them, you just address the fiction of the idiot out there. You're just targeting something. It's just a projection, because probably you don't really want to do it, and you resent it. And you resent throwing pearls to swine. I think that's what it is. I resent throwing pearls to swine. I despise the fucking swine, I really do. I just don't like them at all. Yeah, I'm just not one of them. I'm in a different dimension, and this is what happens. And so, you know, you could say it's a condition. It might be a condition. It might be a condition, people. And so this is why, you know, I'll give these psychiatrists the benefit of the doubt to see if they can, you know, inform me, enlighten me in any shape or form. But whatever condition I've got, it's because I fucking woke up. And then, you know, it's kind of like you've woke up from a fiction. You've woke up from a deception. I think, you know, that's one of the things that, you know, might bring about some level of anger. Because you woke up to a lie. It's a fucking lie. Everything you've ever been told, every time someone said they've loved you and this, that and the other, it's all a fucking lie. It's all been a lie. It's all bullshit. There's nothing here at all. It's just some fucked up dream. But walking out in the natural world, that gives me solace. And then looking at those cunts driving up and down the fucking motorway in the distance. Oh yeah, they're delivering all your Newcastle Brown. Yeah, good. Fucking keep fucking going. Keep going, because if not for that fucker, there'd be no point being me being here at all. If it weren't for all you fuckers paving the way into my fucking bliss. Fucking idiots. Something else. Now, in actual fact, I'm going to start another video. Oh no, this one's only been 15 minutes. No, it's something else, you see, because look, I am not out there in the world. I've been in my fucking ivory tower this past 17 years. And so I've become so detached from the so-called world. And if I was to go out in that so-called world and mix with people, I might form very different opinions. You know, I don't know really, to be fair. You know, for instance, if you're hungry and you're sitting in the doorway, who cares? Who fucking cares? If you're standing freezing cold in a soaking wet fucking shirt in the heart of fucking winter, who fucking cares? Who would take off one of their layers and give it to you? Who would say, fucking hell man, you look freezing. Here, let me give you my fucking sweater. Here, I'll give you my fucking shirt and sweater. Yeah, I'll be alright in my coat. Who would do that? This is why I've lost any level of romance with a human being. It's been so long since anything like that has ever happened to me. And it was so far and few between, to be quite frank. But there were times when people did kind things. But you have to travel a lot of distance. You have to meet a lot of them to get that. And I just don't feel prepared to do that level of fossicking anymore. You know, panning for fucking gemstones and flecks of gold. I just don't want to sift through all the despicable shit. Because that's predominantly what you get in the city world. You know, you're going to get good people way out in the fucking sticks. Yeah, you'll get good people. Because they give people the benefit of the doubt and they've not been poisoned by city life. And, you know, if I was to hitchhike around the country, I'd get lots of offers. I'd get people who want to take me home, you know, cook me a meal, give me a bed, and all different sorts of things. I've had that. But city life's a whole different fucking ball game. And so even when I was living down in the Algarve, you know, in a little town, little holiday resort, you know, and it's only like a holiday resort really for 2 months of the year. But people were very insular. I never made any friends down there, never met anyone down there. You know, you have a bit of chat with this person, but everyone would move on, you know. Everyone just wants to keep moving on. I don't know, is everyone scared? Is everyone embittered? Is everyone just angry and just fucking fed up and disenchanted, disillusioned? I think mostly. And that's what this Jungian video was saying last night. Yeah, that's what they're like. That's what most of them are like. And you know how many videos, if we wanted to, we can find so many videos. People are changing, the world's changing. I was just speaking to an 82-year-old woman the other day. I just started chatting to her. She's hobbling over the fucking road. And anyway, she stood and chatted to me for like 20 minutes. I couldn't get away from her in the end. And she was saying all the world's changed, all the young ones have changed, and you know, all this and all that. And I'm like, yeah. Well, you know, change is a thing. You know, everything's going to change, nothing stays the same. But she was speaking about the language and the ethnicity, you know, going into the city now, she's terrified and she doesn't recognise it and all that. Yeah, the times are changing, baby. And so, yeah, I mean, sometimes I think maybe I should get out my comfort zone and just go out and mix with people. But in what realm? In what capacity? Work? Doing a job? Sometimes I think about just getting a GoPro and just going out, walking through fucking town and sitting down in train stations, bus stations, cafes, and just, you know, just seeing if I can engage with people, see if there's any human beings out there, see what the people are thinking, you know, if they're thinking anything like me, how many automaton or how many people really, you know, are awakened and think like me. Probably more than I think, probably a lot more than I think. So if there's ever going to be a change with the Awakened Brave, it'll be in that direction. I'll go out and I'll start to investigate. Is the world really how I think it is? Or would I be pleasantly surprised? And where would I have to go to find these people which would be pleasantly, surprisingly pleasing and all the rest of it? Questions. Maybe I'll never know. Anyway, I'm going over into this field because there's a tee up there, and of course loads of golf balls are going to end up in this field, and there's no way to get in except right up there and then through there. So I'm going to go and do that. Enjoying the sun. It doesn't appear to be that cold anymore. The wind seems to have warmed up, or maybe it's just I've warmed up, whatever. But yeah, thoughts, thinking, observing and feeling. That's what I'm doing. What are you doing?